This is Bill White. How are you?
Good, thank you. Mr. White, don't cut me off, okay, because the attorneys sent me to you, okay, and this is
Yeah, I'm going to first say, what attorney did you speak with?
the attorney's office,
Okay, which attorney?
Jack Kabowski,
Okay.
okay. This is regarding the email that McCarthy sent me on November 10th, in which it states, excuse me, that you will begin issuing summonses. The operations at 71 Mill Drive have increased. Now, what I have been recording is huge trailers, one after the other. They're uploading, downloading, while one truck waits after the other. On Saturday, they started at 7 in the morning, and on Sunday at 6:30 in the morning. This morning, 5 to 6. And their operations have not stopped. They increased. They finished last night at 9 p.m., starting at 7. Okay, I don't know what is the game that the town is playing, but these operations do not belong there. There are several codes being violated. One is the non-nuisance industry, which this is not. The other one, this is a mailing center, which is a shipping operation that takes...
It's already been determined by the town attorney that that's not a shipping center. So,
Well,
we have to get away from that there.
in this regard, we're speaking semantics, okay? Because you can call it toilet, and I don't need to be vulgar, okay? But the bottom line is that the nature of these operations are uploading and downloading cargo from deliveries and shipments. Okay, that is a shipping center. Even the manager at ComputerShare explained to me they are a UPS, FedEx type of operation. Now, there are two codes being violated there, and the third one is the section 207-2 parenthesis A. No person shall suffer, allow, or permit to make verbally, electronically, or mechanically any noise disturbances. So we have
Well,
three...
the noise chapter of 207, that falls underneath the jurisdiction of public safety, not the building department. The building
Okay.
department doesn't have jurisdiction over the noise chapter.
So we have here two departments or three departments. I don't know whether planning is also part of this, in which the codes need to be reinforced. And what is very, very frustrating, Mr. White, is that I don't understand why two operations owned by the same builder, I mean the building owner, are in violation of codes. What are we dealing here with? There were contingencies when this man Krendler bought these buildings. There were contingencies up front stating that he was buying his buildings in a very close proximity to residents, and there were certain uses that he cannot use. I'm sorry for the redundancy. And he is above the law. And it's very frustrating that I've been complaining about this. I started complaining with the nighttime operations on Mission Food since 2012, Mr. White. And with ComputerShare since 2014, early 2014, their operations increased to a 30-50-fold. I'm not kidding you. And now, since McCarthy sent me this email, their operations, and since I've been in touch with you, incidentally or coincidentally, now their hours of operation are very cynical, starting at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Not last Saturday, but Saturday before this. And I have it recorded. You have, this morning, there is a trucker that I already know him because he has a hard time parking. It takes him almost like 10 minutes to park with the beeping alarm. 10 minutes of that beeping alarm, there's no way you can go back to sleep. Last night at 2:30 in the morning, the environmental noise was extremely loud. And this morning, we had over 100 decibels of environmental noise. I have it all recorded. And it's like, you cannot tell, is traffic First of all, because we're too far away from the major roads. And second, I have the traffic patterns from the DOT cameras, and it makes no sense, Mr. White.
Okay, Mr. Katz, what's your phone number? Okay, I'm gonna speak to Matt in the town attorney's office, and I'll get back to you. Probably be tomorrow, though, just so you know.
I appreciate it. Please, Mr. White, stop this. Listen, I'm not being allowed to sleep in my own home, and I can't work, and I don't have the luxury of being employed. I work from home, I'm an artist, and even with the blasting music and the windows closed because it's cold right now, the impulsive noise I can't concentrate.
Okay. Well, let me speak to Matt and I'll get back to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like I said, it'll be tomorrow, though.
Anytime, but please, Mr. White, do something about this, please.
Okay. All right.
Have a nice
Take care.
day. Thank you.
Bye.
It's been determined by the town attorneys that what?
That this property, the properties in the industrial park are not shipping centers.
Okay, let me tell you your argument, okay? Based on the description that this memo has, it's like you telling me it's not an orange because it's orange. You're treating me as if I was, like if I didn't understand English. I understand that I have difficulties speaking English, but your argument makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, well, it's not my argument. There's been a determination that these companies are not prohibited to having deliveries.
I understand these companies are not prohibited to have deliveries, but you're speaking about 5 a.m. deliveries until 10 p.m.
That was my second part that I was going to discuss with you regarding Chapter 207 with the noise. The building department does not have jurisdiction over that chapter.
What about non-nuisance industries?
Well, it's not been determined anything out here is a non-nuisance industry. So your complaint right now is these truck deliveries.
My complaint is that their operations are extending beyond their property. They're making noise.
Okay,
They're not a non-nuisance.
The noise.
This operation is a nuisance. Okay, is a disturbance that is taking place every day, from very early hours to very late hours. That is nuisance. Okay, that does not qualify this operation as not nuisance, and Mr. Flynn knows that. And I don't understand what type of semantic schemes you're playing, because a mailing center for a trading company is a shipping center.
Okay, well, you can contact the town attorney regarding that.
Okay, so you are acting upon with whose directions? Because obviously it seems
Mr.
that.
Katz, I've always been speaking to you on the phone and helpful. I'm not acting under anybody's direction. Okay, there's been a determination by the town attorney that shipping centers, these businesses are not shipping centers, and deliveries to manufacturing companies are permitted. So if you have a question with that letter, I'm sure you have.
Okay, but what you have to understand, you have to listen to your language, Mr. White, okay? This is not a manufacturing company. This is a trading company. They deal with numbers. And what these facilities at 71 Mall Drive are a mailing center for their records. They operate in 22 countries, okay? And they have to issue financial statements to all their traders. And that's what this facility is. Okay?
Okay, well, like I said, speak to the town attorney regarding their memo of July.
Okay, so the question is, based on your job, you are disregarding your job description and just following directions, correct?
No.
Because what the town attorney is saying in that memo.
Well, the town attorney's made a decision. They're the law department. That's what we're going with. It's not direction. They made a decision. Okay? Mrs. Katz, I called you back.
I understand. Listen, Mr. White. It makes no sense, because what the attorney is saying that it's not an orange because it's orange.
Okay, well, you can take that argument up at the town attorney's office.
Okay, so now regarding the non-nuisance, that is your jurisdiction. What are you doing about that?
We haven't determined that anybody's in violation of the non-nuisance industry at this point. So.
Based upon what grounds?
Mrs. Katz, I'm not going to get too...
Based upon your what grounds, sir? Because I need to know. I'm not a stupid person. I pay taxes. I deserve to have an explanation. This company is disturbing my life.
Okay, you can take, Mrs. Katz, now that you're yelling at me, and if you can't act civilly, I'm not going to speak with you.
How civilly can I act when you are treating me like if I was a stupid person?
No, I don't believe I'm doing that.
Okay, so explain to me on what grounds you have determined that this is not a non-nuisance
Yeah,
company.
We're still looking into the matters.
Okay, you are still looking into the matters.
Yes.
So when Mr. McCarthy is telling me, as of November 10th,
Yeah.
that you're going to begin issuing summonses.
No, I spoke to Mr. McCarthy about that. There must be some misunderstanding. He said that the building department was going to start looking into the matters, not issuing a summons. If there's not a violation determined by the building department, we cannot issue a summons.
Okay, now let me ask you something. If I forward this email to you, will that make you realize how frustrated I am with Mr. McCarthy because he lies?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
How do you deal? Let me ask you, sir. From human to human.
We talked about this before.
From human to human.
McCarthy's my boss.
I understand, and I am not trying to make sides here, okay? All I'm trying to tell you is to understand. You tell me I'm yelling at you, okay? Understand my perspective. From human to human, how do you rationalize when people lie to you?
Well,
how could you deal with
I can't
lies?
answer that question.
Right, nobody can deal with lies because you know what? You're dealing on baseless grounds. You can't work on grounds that are not true, that are not facts. Okay. 71 Mall Drive, computer share.
Okay, that number is 15-19498.
Okay, Murphy, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.